For today's software engineering interview, please explain function decorators in Python. Decorator is pretty much the Python implementation of the classic decorator design pattern. Here's how it works. We can add a decorator like this to some function, and it allows us to extend the functionality of this method without altering the underlying code at all. Can you give an example of where you might use one? Let's say we have some function which can calculate a given number in the Fibonacci sequence. This is recursive and it is extremely slow because we're recalculating the same numbers hundreds and hundreds of times to calculate what the value of a higher number is. So we can add an LRU cache here to speed this up so we don't have to recalculate numbers once they're already cached. To do this, all we have to do is add the LRU cache decorator and we don't have to touch any of this underlying code. How would you implement a decorator to do something like time how long a function takes to run? To build a decorator in Python, we first define a function that can take in any function as the input. Inside that function, we're going to construct a wrapper around whatever function we're decorating. In that wrapper, we can perform some logic, then we run the underlying function. Then we can perform some more logic, and then our decorator will return that new function that we've constructed. Okay, now what happens when somebody invokes the function that you've placed your decorator on? When we add a decorator to a function, it pretty much works like this at runtime. Whenever somebody wants to invoke slow function now with the decorator, it's actually going to invoke the function we've constructed within timing that took slow function as an input.